Hello, I'm Gilad Goldstein. I've been with ULTA for 3 years and I'm a senior designer in Harrisburg, PA. This is my audition for ULTA Technical Educator. I was inspired a few years ago through mentoring from a very special Redken artist, Diane. She helped me through a lot of times in competition and really taught me and inspired me to learn and share my knowledge with other salon professionals. So I'm really excited to get into the ULTA Technical Trainer program, and I can't wait to inspire everyone. Maria is a very common guest in the salon. She has previously colored hair with some dry ends, as you can see. She's actually looking to get a little bit lighter towards the top of her head. And we're also going to remove some weight in her cut because she likes to style it in a number of ways. We're going to place 4 pieces of foil on each side of the head. So it's going to be just a surface layer that we're coloring. We're going to start in the front, bringing her lightness up with a simple balayage technique. We call this bevel 8 in Redken. It's actually the front area of her head. I have a lightener mixed up. It's flash lift. In the salon, we're looking for fast add-on services. So flash lift is an amazing product that works very, very fast. It actually has a very strong initial lift and a conditioning vitamin B that's going to keep the condition of her hair without sacrificing any power in her lift. Like I said, we're starting in the front of Maria's head. This is vertical breakdown. This is our front bang section, you could call it. We're going to look where from the 2 corners of the bevel are. I'm actually going to take a V-shaped section that connects the 2 bevels. This is going to give us even coverage over top of the section. Let's take a foil on a board. We're going to place this V-shaped section directly onto the foil. I'm just taking her hair here, making sure that section is really taut. You'll be able to see the section is flat, so you can get the look you're looking for. I'm taking flash lift. We're going to use a narrow bristle brush, small narrow bristle brush, and we are going to apply it in a diagonal back. The diagonal back creates softness. So we're not going to have to worry about a horizontal line or a hard transition between where the color starts and stops. Make sure you can't see the hair through the lightener. One of the common mistakes we actually make as professionals behind the chair is not saturating the hair well enough in product. And how do you expect the product to work if it's not on the hair? So we can see that the hair is completely saturated there up until her ends, which are already lightened. We're going to take our nifty blur brush. This is an awesome tool. It mimics kind of the makeup brushes we see. And we're just going to sweep the hair. We're going to sweep that up. We're going to diffuse the line that we created. You're going to see the product move, and it's going to create a fade, you could call it, a transition of color. The diagonal back is super cool, super soft. And just take the blur brush and softly fade that color up towards the zone 1 or the regrowth area. Now she doesn't want to come in for any streaky highlight retouch appointments in the next week. So this is going to be good because it's going to keep it soft. You know, she's not trying to spend $100 a week getting her hair done. She just wants to come in and she wants to move on with her life. You can see we faded the color here. We're going to release this and we're just going to wrap the foil up. Got a cute little packet here. We're going to move on to the next section. The flash lift can get a little bit thick in the bowl sometimes, and oftentimes stylists are like, let's add some more developer. Did you know that when you're adding more developer, you're actually weakening the strength of your product? This is really great. You can just remix it and you can get that consistency you're looking for without compromising the lift. This is the side section. You'll see she has her ear, top of her ear, and you'll see the next corner right by her face. Let's take a V, again connecting the 2 corners at the top by the part. And we'll get this here. Now, if you're unsure if your V is correct, place it down. Balayage is freehand. You're going to be able to see what's happening. So place it down, see what your section is doing over top. We're going to keep the hair taut on the foil. You can see it's straight. You have a good canvas. However, we're going to do a V this time. So I'm going to start, let's say 2 inches away from the scalp, and halfway through the section I'm going to start to create a V. You can kind of see when you do your traditional balayage, a lot of the sections are a V section. So I'm just creating that same look within this foil, and I'm saturating again to get that full-on brightness. She wants to be light, don't you? You like light hair. So this is really great. You should be able to see a peak. There's a peak of darkness flowing in through the section. You need that peak because you want dimension and you want to highlight. You don't want a chunk of blonde happening. And that's so easy to do if you don't have your peak of depth hanging in through your highlights. So I blur that right down into the ends. Back to our blur brush. I'm just going to sweep this product right up towards zone 1, or the scalp area. Try to keep your peak very distinct. Keep that triangle. You will see a triangle in your section, and you will get that beautiful balayage result you're looking for. You'll want to see no hair to some hair to all of the hair. And you will know every time that you're going to get that perfect color transition, that perfect color melt. It's going to look great, and you're going to become the star artist in your salon. It's going to be so good. I'm just going to wrap the foil off here. We're working in the back corner of her head now. We're going to take this, and again, we're going to connect the 2 corners at the start of the bevel and get that nice V shape in here. You know, a lot of guests walk in the salon, you know, they come in for a haircut. They're like, I just want a haircut today. I was thinking about some color, but I don't have time. I'm busy. I gotta go to the mall. Gotta take my kids to school, whatever excuse can come up with. This is cool because this technique takes us literally, I mean, it could take you 10 minutes. You could do this in 10 minutes. Now, I'm actually going to put another diagonal back line. We're working back and forth, diagonal back, V, diagonal back. So let's do a diagonal back here, a little bit away from zone 1. I'm going to sweep this product down. Make sure your diagonal is really distinct. Because we're working where the hair is naturally falling, the diagonal needs to be seen because what you see is what you get. It's good and bad. It can be kind of scary actually sometimes. You don't want to make a mistake and have your hair all stripy and liney. Can't see any hair through the section? Pick up your blur brush, sweep the hair, sweep the lightener. Make sure that transition is good like we talked about. We want to see no hair, some hair, and all the hair. It's kind of like a little rhyme. No hair, some hair, all the hair. I could see that kind of being a cool song in the future, maybe when I make my debut. With, say, like the flash lift that we're using, it usually kind of lifts up to almost a raw kind of blonde color. So we have tools to take care of that. One of my favorite color lines is Shades EQ Gloss. Shades EQ Gloss is a full range of color. It has levels 1 to 9. And we can use it to add a lot of shine into Maria's hair after this lightening and control the warm tones that may be exposed. I can go to the store and see tons of ladies who need a Shades EQ Gloss. And we should actually talk to them and get them in our chair, honestly. Whenever you see someone, say something. You see their hair, you see what you can do a little bit better, you see what they might need to make their life a little easier, make them feel a little prettier. Just mention, I have this great gloss in the salon I can offer you. It's going to add a lot of shine to your hair, it's going to give a lot of conditioning, and it's going to give you a beautiful color that you're not compromising. It's going to last a long time. It's just the best thing. You mentioned that shine, that condition, they're going to be in your chair today. You're going to go to work and they've already booked an appointment with you. So it's so cool. Shades EQ is great. We're going to use it to give Maria's hair a little bit of a nice shine and tone when we're done with this technique. And in the last section here, I worked with a V shape. And this is going to keep it really soft, really diagonal, and give us that really cool erratic highlight we're looking for. We have a diagonal, we have a V, we have another diagonal, and we have another V. This is a zigzag, almost a chevron, like on your wallpapers, your Michael Kors bag, whatever, I don't know what you buy, what you do. But that is that today pattern that's going to give a super awesome blended effect. Now we're going to repeat the same process on the other side, and we'll see Maria when she's all ready to get a gloss. So Maria's highlights are all ready. We used the Red Cane Extreme to shampoo the flash lift out. It actually added some protein, which is going to give her some strength. We used Shades EQ Gloss, which gives it that shine, that condition, and it gave her blonde a really beautiful tone. I'm so excited to dry it, but first we gotta cut. I sectioned her off into something we call horizontal breakdown. I actually combined the back and the nape area of her head, which you can see here, and I sectioned it off into two sections. This is where we're going to remove weight in our haircut. We're actually going to grab the entire left side section of her hair, and I'm elevating it above the horizontal 90-degree line. So check it out. We're going to hold this, elevate this diagonally. So we're standing at the center of her head, so we're going to naturally over-direct this hair back to us. It's going to leave a little bit of length and weight towards the front so we don't shock her with any weird pieces. Elevating it 45 above the horizontal 90, and I'm just pulling it towards me. We're going to check to leave our length here. So you can pull a small piece from the bottom, check where that lays, elevate that, make sure you're all good. Don't be cutting all our hair off, that's not a good thing. And we're just going to deeply point cut away all this weight here. Elevating it where we did actually gives it a super degree of softness so we don't get those choppy, steppy layers. It's not cool, it's not exciting. So this is great, it's going to give her that softness here. We're going to take a piece from our left side here. I'm going to stay standing in the center so we have the same amount of over direction. Now this technique is so great for anyone who just feels that they are not able to do anything with their hair. A lot of times I actually tell my guests that disconnection or detachment is a key element in all of today's haircuts and gives us that movement that we're looking for. Keeps things from being so heavy, being so blunt, but we're oftentimes so afraid to cut hair off. This is a safety net. Cutting it and scooping, we're safe, we're taking weight away, we're leaving length, we're not making our guests angry at us by razoring and using the thinning shear or whatever you use, and it's just a really great way to have a different method of removing weight. So I love this. We already removed the weight here. I'm going to turn her, so now we're standing at her left corner back. I'm going to take the entire left side section and I'm going to take a panel from left corner back. We're going to over direct this whole section back to us. And again, we're going to elevate 45 above the horizontal 90. You're going to see your little hairs there ready to come off. And let's point cut that away. Comb it back. Beautiful. Final side. I'm going to take her entire right section. We're standing at the right corner back. Taking a small panel from that section here. Techniques like this up your value in the salon because not everyone knows these tricks. Not everyone knows how to control the distribution of the hair. So this ups your value, makes their cut last longer. It's fantastic. We're all done. I'm just going to let the top go and we'll see you when she's all styled. Here's our finished style, our finished look. Maria has some highlights a little bit higher on the head. We have more of a balayage blonde. I used the Diamond Oil Glow Dry Oil to prep her hair. It's a thermoactive oil, so it's going to work with our blow dry and it's great to layer underneath products. That should be on all guests, that glow dry oil. It's the first step to prep, prime, and style. We went ahead and primed the hair with the Pillow Proof Blow Dry, and this is a great heat protectant. It cuts down on our dry time, which our guests love. They want to get in, they want to get out, and most of my guests, all of yours, should actually have Pillow Proof at home. Keeps their hair very strong, so it's an awesome product. To style, we wanted to get a little bit of volume, a little bit of wave, So I actually used the new Redken High Rise Duo Volumizer. It has actually a volumizing cream mixed with a high control gel. So when we work with our round brush, which is all we did for Maria's look, it gives us a nice beautiful wave, some great control, and just a final finish with the diamond oil. I want to thank Maria for working with me. She's a great model today. And thank you, Diane Dugan, for helping me film and inspiring me to become a great educator. I'm so excited to become an ULTA technical trainer. Thank you so much.